Hello, I'm Velzealous, and in this video I'm going to be drawing my Animal Crossing New Horizons villagers as humans. I guess they're islanders now, aren't they? Anyway, I saw a couple of people do this and I thought it would be really fun and a good challenge of my character design abilities. So I decided I would just draw them in the order that they arrived at my island. I didn't use any amiibo cards or anything, so this is mostly random. Without further ado, let's move on to the video. So first up we have Agnes. She is a big sister type personality, which I'm not necessarily sure what that means. I've tried to make sure their personalities were shown in their designs, but I don't really feel like I expressed any kind of personality in this one. I'm not really sure what a big sister personality means. Their most defining trait in New Leaf was that they gave you medicine when you got stung by a bee. But now, like, all villagers do that? But whatever, it's fine. I was really excited when I saw Agnes was my starting villager, because she's just really cute. I really like monochrome-ish colored schemes, and Agnes is just a really pretty black and white and pink pig. I decided to make her human form a little bit thick, because I thought that was fitting. And I wasn't really sure how to go about her skin and hair color. I decided to make her really pale, and then make her hair black. I made her bangs separate in the middle to kind of look like the stripe that's on her nose. And then for her shoes, I decided flip-flops was a really good choice because of her hooves and how it kind of has the pink triangle in the middle. I decided to paint her nails pink just because of hooves. And I gave her a nose ring, which was kind of to make it so she had a pink nose, but I don't really like how it turned out. I curled the very end of her hair to kind of look like a pigtail. And yeah, that's basically it. I guess I went a bit more bare bones on this one. I didn't add anything special. And honestly, it's not one of my favorites. But here's Agnes! Next up we have Snake, the jock bunny. So I really like Snake as a villager. However, I hate this drawing. I feel like I could have done a lot better, honestly. Some of the things that really threw me off when making this design is the pink. Snake is like bright pink, and I had no idea how to incorporate that into a human design. So I made his skin a little bit pinkish to kind of be like that. For his outfit, I mean, it's just basically a ninja costume, but I wanted to make it more interesting. So I gave him like ripped sleeves because I thought he'd want to show off his muscles, but then I put like a tight shirt under it because he's gotta cover up because he's a ninja. And then I put his pink on the bottom of his shoes. I wanted to put his bunny ears on his hood somehow, but I didn't want anything to be like too overtly animal. Like, I didn't want to put literal bunny ears on him, so you can barely tell that it's trying to be bunny ears. I kind of wish I would have just went for it. For his, I guess, like, yellow blush on his cheeks, I decided I would make that his eyebrows. So he's got really thick yellow eyebrows, which clashes with his skin immensely. And yeah, there's not a lot else to say. I kind of just put him in a regular outfit, and honestly, I didn't really incorporate anything that would tell you that he is a bunny. But yeah, I guess here's Snake. Next up we have Broccolo. I saw him on a deserted island and immediately fell in love with his dumb face. Look at him. I love him. So he's kind of a weirdo. He's always talking about food, and in general he kind of has this childlike aesthetic. So I decided to put that into his human version. I had way too many characters with these like straight across bangs, so I decided for him I would make his hair poofier. I gave him these two little poof balls at the top of his head to kind of look like mouse ears. I decided to just give him the regular shirt that he has in New Horizons, except without the words because I didn't feel like it. And I added a little yellow patch because I needed to put the yellow in other places than just his shoes. I gave him cargo shorts because I thought that would generally look like it fit in the design. And then on his shoes, I made his shoelaces his tail. So on his tail he has like a yellow tip to it, so I put that on the shoelaces. And that's also where I incorporated the blue. And yeah, he's a pretty simple character, but I like him a lot, and I thought that this drawing was pretty good too. I wanted to give him a really energetic pose because Even though he is a lazy villager, technically, I kind of feel like he's the type that would just run around all day. I decided I'd make his ears a little bit red because he has really big pink ears. And yeah, that's basically it. So here's Broccolo! Next up is Mary! Mary is one of my all-time favorite villagers. We have the same birthday, and I just really like her design. A little fun story about Mary. I went back and played New Leaf after I got her in my island, and she was actually moving out of my New Leaf town. So it's like she moved out of New Leaf and then into New Horizons. One of my favorite parts about Mary's design is that she has a double chin. So I made sure to make her nice and chubby in the human version. I turned her sweater into like an oversized dress, and I put a skirt underneath. I made the design on the sweater the design of her old shirt with the flowers. And I gave her these cute little pastel tennis shoes. I also gave her a bow on her hair that I'm hoping looks like cat ears, and a little cat earring. And yeah, that's basically it for Mary. I actually really like how this pose and this overall drawing turned out, despite it being very simple like all of them. Here's Mary! Up next is Marshall, and oh my goodness, I am lucky. Marshall was the first person to visit my campsite, and in case you don't know, the first person to visit your campsite is 100% guaranteed to be in your town. So I was really excited when I saw him because I have wanted him for the longest time. He's just a beautiful little roasted marshmallow baby. For his human design, I went really basic. I made him very anime because honestly, that's why we like him, let's be real. I turned his little like jean jacket thingy into a Letterman jacket just because I thought it would look nicer. And I made his shirt brown just to look nicely with the blue and also the brown on his tail. I made his hair have a little bit of a gradient on it, kind of like how it is in the original version. I also made his pants brown, again, just because brown on his regular design. And then I made his shoes purple because the inside of his ears are purple and I needed that to be somewhere. I seem to put the color I don't know where else to put on the shoes. I wanted to give him that really relaxed pose, kind of smug, just how his personality is. And I made sure to keep his little rosy cheeks, but I didn't do it as harshly. And yeah, it's really basic. I feel like I'm saying this for every single one, but it's just true. And here's Marshall. The next villager that moved into my town was Astrid. I'll be real, I was kind of disappointed. Not because I particularly dislike her design, it's mostly the fact that I really don't like kangaroos. I think it's kind of freaky that they have a Joey with them all the time, but they never ever acknowledge it. And like the baby has the same emotions as the mom and it's just weird. I don't like it. But honestly, I like Astrid. She has a cool design. She has a snooty personality, I'm pretty sure, but I feel like the snooty personality has just really gone downhill. Like, they don't act as self-centered anymore. So for her design, I really wanted her to hold her baby in a baby carrier wrap thing. And to be honest, I don't remember the last time I've drawn a baby. It's been a really long time. And then I just gave her her typical dress, and I decided tights were a good fit because in her design, her feet are actually a very slightly different color than her legs. She has like these gold bands around her hands too, so I made sure to put those in. And then for her hair, I used her nose color and then made it really desaturated and used that for her hair color. And then I put her old shirt on her baby's wrap thingy. Honestly, Astrid is a pretty cool looking character, but her old shirt was just the worst ever. They couldn't have picked a worse shirt for her. Honestly, this is one of my least favorites. I like it better than Snake, but I still really don't like it. So here's Astrid. Next we have Pico. I saw her on a deserted island and I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll get her. She's pretty cute. She's a normal type villager, which is not my favorite. I would probably say that normal type villagers are my least favorite. Normal type villagers are just generally nice, which, you know, it's okay, but they don't say anything interesting or funny at all. I really like her house though. Her house is really cute. So for her design, honestly, it's really straightforward because she kind of already looks like a human. I just gave her the little buns, which she's obviously looks like she's supposed to have, and the dress she's wearing. I didn't really change it at all, just literally the dress she's wearing. For her shoes, I just did random flats in the color that her paws are. And yeah, my only regrets are the color of the skin because it just looks really gray for some reason. Also, the way I colored her eyes is not good. I really dislike it. So yeah, not much else to say about Pico. Here she is. Next is a surprising favorite of mine, Cyrano. So I don't like Cyrano. I mean, I don't like him in the game, but his human version is probably one of my favorites. I used a reference for his pose, so that's probably why I like the drawing a lot. Also, it only took me 30 minutes to draw this. His design is extremely straightforward. I didn't add basically anything. I made sure to get his really thick eyebrows, and I wanted him to look older because his voice is really low, and I feel like cranky villagers are just generally older. I gave him a big nose because he's an anteater, and then I put his weird fluffy tail on his head, so I guess he dyes his hair blue, question mark? In previous games, he wore this really weird gradient shirt that looks really bad, so I'm glad in New Horizons they put him in a karate outfit, and yeah, I actually really like how this drawing turned out. Here's Cyrano. Next is Opal. I was so excited to design Opal because I just had so many ideas for her. I think Opal is actually really cute. I know she's not everyone's favorite, but I still like her. So I went pretty straightforward, I think. I made her little tied shirt into a crop top, and then since her belly is like kind of white, I put that as her pants color. For her hair, I had these little curls that went out at the side to kind of look like the elephant ears. And then I just put little jewelry and things to incorporate the main color of her skin in the original. I made her like fingernails painted white because she has like these white nail feet hoof things. And yeah, I really like Opal. I think she is a very cute villager. So here's Opal. Last but certainly not least, we have Sylvana. So going into this, I didn't really have any ideas for Sylvana. I don't really like her. She's a normal type villager, so just generally a boring character for me. But she ended up being one of my favorites out of the bunch. So I guess to emulate the little fur pattern she has, I made her hair light and then made it like curl in. I wanted her to have a really big forehead, and I don't know if I succeeded. I gave her a little hair clip and made it the color of her inside ears. For her clothes, I basically just gave her the dress she was wearing, but shortened it a little bit and then put shorts underneath. I wanted her to look a little bit scrappy and really skinny and short, and I gave her just really simple sandals because the ends of her paws are darker, so yeah. In general, I really like the design. Again, super duper simple. I feel like the lower the expectations I have going into these, the better they come out. So yeah, here's Sylvana! And that's all of them! Finally, I don't have to work on this anymore. This was a really fun challenge, but I am definitely tired of designing characters at this point. But to be completely honest, I kind of want to do more of them because it was really fun. But for now, you'll only get the 10. I'm really happy to be done with this though, because I have a lot of projects that I want to work on. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like my art, feel free to subscribe. And I'd really appreciate it if you shared this video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Bye!